Alright. Our story begin in episode 21, but I want to explain something before I continue with the story. Episode 21 is going to be focusing on Optimus's group fighting against Megatron's group, while episode 22 will be focused on Jazz's group fighting against Soundwave's group. And yeah, and I also forgot to mention, I said that Soundwave wasn't gonna come because Megatron left him behind, but I kind of forgot about that in the moment, so my bad. Yeah, Soundwave is part of the group with the Combaticons and all that. But anywho, let me stop talking and let's just start getting into the episode. Now, Optimus and Megatron look at each other and get ready, as Megatron will order his Decepticons to attack as he runs straight inside the Harbinger. Optimus looks at this like, did I really do him that dirty last time? Arna looks at his bro like, yes, yes you did. Optimus like, ah, he always does me dirty. I don't know why he's running away. Not forget it. Optimus rushes in and starts attacking multiple Viocons, and he easily overwhelms them. And he rushes in straight towards the Harbinger so he can get Megatron. And he would see Megatron grab into Protoforms, and he's like, Megatron, those Protoforms, I won't allow you to take them. Megatron looks at Optimus like, yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna allow Blitzwing to handle you. Here in this Optimus like, Blitzwing. As he looks to his right, he sees Blitzwing shoots him straight in his chest, and he's sent flying, but he manages to get on his feet and quickly rushes in and starts fighting Blitzwing. And Megatron is like, "Dang it! I can't grab all the protoforms. All right, these two have to do for now." And Megatron is about to leave, but Optimus throws a water shield in front of Megatron, telling him that he's not letting him or Blitzwing leave. Hearing this, Megatron puts down the protoforms, cracks his knuckles, and says, "No more running. Guess it's time for action." As he takes out his blade and he gets ready, Optimus fights both of them and he's having a easy time. I ain't gonna lie. This is, even though it's a 1v2, bro has an overpowered weapon, so this is just, it's technically a 2v2. But Prime is just having the blast of his life with the water control and him turning his body into water, because remember, that's one of the abilities of the weapon. It can turn the user into water for a short period of time. And with that, Optimus is just having an easy time. A blast even. He's just chilling. And the other Autobots are fighting everyone else. Now, Bulkhead is obviously fighting off Breakdown. Iron Knight is fighting Skyquake. Wheeljack is fighting Dreadwing. And Knockout is fighting Mr. B. Yes, Bumblebee. And we would have basically put Arachnid, Arachnid, Alida, Springer, and Hot Rod busy fighting the rest of the Viacons. And they're having an easy time because they're using mostly speed and agility and firepower, having a blast of a time. And everyone is having their own individual fights. And Optimus is just chilling a bit. Now, Megatron wonders what the hell can he do. Even with everything, he can't really beat Optimus. Then he's like, wait, is that a... No, it can't be. Megatron sees that device that Starscream had in season 2 that allows him to open up ground bridges and all that. And he quickly, like, basically orders Blitzwing to hold up Optimus. He grabs the device and basically rushes out and uses a ground bridge and grabs Blitzwing along the protoforms. And he ground bridges out of the Harbinger, not the Nemesis, the Harbinger. And he rushes in and orders Breakdown, Knockout, Dreadwing, and Skyquake to quickly come with him. And they quickly rush towards their master, and they're all ground bridge out of there, leaving the Viacons to basically die. And the Autobots are like, what the hell? Did he just leave some of his soldiers to die? Bumblebee's like, yep. Yeah, Hot Rod, that's Megatron for you. Hot Rod like, nah, this is why Optimus is my goat. And hearing this, Bumblebee's like, I'm not gonna ask what that is at this point. You've been on Earth, and I'm guessing you know more things about Earth than me. And hearing this makes Hot Rod like, I do. Now Optimus will come out of the Harbinger and he's like, Megatron got away. And Ina's like, yep, he did. Optimus like, it's fine. But we now have the protoforms. Well, some of them actually. Some. What are you talking about? Ionite Axis. And Optimus would explain to the others that Megatron grabbed two and he left the other four. And everyone's like, oh. But our leader's like, four. And but better than none. Optimus is like, yeah, that's true. And they proceed to basically grab the four pro forms and leave. And that'll be the end of episode 21, as they would arrive to base and just put them down safely into a safe location. And we skip to episode 22, where we would see basically put Jazz and his group arriving to the location of the first Harbinger, the first part of it. And Jazz is like, alright, let's make some noise. Here in this, basically, Cliffjumper looks at him and is like, please please do not put any beats on. And he's like, I might put a song on later on, probably in the middle of the fight. Here in this makes Cliffjumper think to himself, oh, Primus, save me, please. As they quickly like jump inside the hole that the Combaticons and Sunwave made. And they would basically see a couple of Vehicons. And Jazz like, dang, they not see that coming. And the Vehicons start attacking and Jazz and the group just starts fighting. Jazz uses his sound abilities to basically disorient them and makes it easier for the other of us to kill them. And they would just arrive and see Sunwave grabbing a cylinder and also trying to grab the immobilizer. But Jazz basically shoots one of his tentacles away, and he's like, oh no, we're taking that, fam. I ain't letting you take that, Soundwave. Soundwave looking at Jazz like, Jazz. Hearing this, Jazz like, huh, you're no more silent? You can speak now? And Soundwave like, yes. And I've been itching to kill you, Jazz. Yeah, fair enough. Hearing this, Cliff is like, what did you do to the guy? I beat him in a dance-off on Cybertron. Are you serious right now? That's your beef with? That's the beef he has with you? Megatron has a beef with Optimus because he became a Prime. Never mind. They're both stupid. Yeah, I know. Now, Jazz just rushes in and they just start fighting. And Soundwave and the Combaticons just fight the Autobots. But since it's like a 6v6 and since there's nine Autobots and only 6 main Decepticons, yeah, like the thing is the other 3 Autobots are not gonna help. They just take the cylinder and they mobilize and just book it, and they let the other 6 just fight. So that's basically a smart move. Jazz even knew this, and he's like, alright, the 6 of us will fight them. The 3 of you grab everything we need and just leave and grab anything that looks useful. And that's what they do, and yeah, they just book it. They grab that cylinder which has insectic energon. Insect or insect? No, insectic energon. Yeah, that green energon and all that. You know, that thing that make basically energon steroids. Actually, yes, that's what I'll call it from now on. Energon steroids. Yes. And they also grab the immobilizer and even yeah, actually that's pretty much it. They grab pretty much everything. And they just book it. And Jazz and Soundwave, along with the Combaticons and the Protector Bots, are just having a nice fight. And Jazz is like, Soundwave, what happened to your sound abilities? They're a bit off. And here the Soundwave is just pissed. He's about to scream until Jazz just kicks him straight in the lower parts. And yeah, you can hear you can hear the bloodline end. Oh wait, do they technically have bloodlines? Wait, good question. I don't think I'll ever find that answer. And my problem. But yeah. And he just proceeds to just kick Soundwave away and the Combaticons and the Protector Bots just have an easy fight. Jazz quickly comes in, kicks Onslaught in the head, which actually distracts the other Combaticons, allowing the other Protectobots just to knock them out. And they quickly leave, and yeah. The other ones just go back to base and everything. And Soundwave is just mad. He's like, when I find you, Jazz, I am going to kill you. And here in this, Onslaught is like, you also have a beef with him? And Soundwave like, yes, he's such a pest. I don't know how such a childish bot like him became Orcsmith's second command. And Vortex is like, maybe that's the reason. He's cheerful, he's fun, and Orcsmith probably likes him, likes about him, probably that. And here in the Sunwave's like, I will never ever be friends with someone that childish. I'll kill myself before that even happens. And also like, dang, what beef do they even have? As they don't really know the actual beef. As yes, Cliff Jumper, well, Jazz did explain to Cliff Jumper, but he never told the combatant guard. So because they weren't really paying attention, so they don't really know the real beef. Because that's what I'm making in this. What if that's the reason why they have a beef? You know what? That should always be the reason, because that's hilarious. But anywho, yeah, that'll be the end of episode 22 with the Decepticons going back to base empty-handed. And we would basically skip to episode 23, where both the teams are basically regrouping and just discussing what happened. And everyone is pretty happy. They got a lot of useful things, a lot of useful artifacts, a lot of useful things. And Oxman's like, oh, these protoforms are very interesting. But don't they need DNA samples? Here in this, Ratchet's like, that is true. They do need DNA samples. And then Jazz like, hey Doc, can you check the cylinder out? Yeah, sure. Wait, this cylinder has instead of energon, basically energon steroids. And Ratchet like, I mean no, not Ratchet. Jazz like, isn't that energon steroids still? And but Oxmus is like, what's steroids? And Jazz realizes, yeah, you don't really know, you don't really study much about human nature much or socializing. Oxford's like, what the hell you guys learn on the internet? And Anna's like, a lot of interesting things. And yeah, basically, they just study about what humans make to become stronger and all that. Yeah, nothing much. And basically, put Ratchet's like, if I can decipher the code, we can probably make insert energon and become stronger, faster, and more pain resistant. And just like, so basically, put, I feel less pain. You know what? I like that. At least I don't have to. I don't have to feel when my legs get broken again. Here in this, basically makes Ratchet look at him like, you mean when you got ripped in half? Well, you almost got ripped in half. Yeah, yeah, that was the worst memory. Yeah. And basically puts the Autobots are just well, not the Autobots, Ratchet, a leader, tailgate, and two of the protector bots all working together to basically decipher the code and find basically just trying to make insert energy on and all that. And the other Autobots are just wondering what to do. Oxymus will ask his teammates what they should do about the protoforms. And Anna's like, we should probably just give them DNA samples of ours. We can just make clones of ourselves. And here in this, Oxymus is like, yeah, that's not bad actually. That's not bad. We should probably do that soon. But for now, we just have to focus on ending this war. We'll focus on this later. We just have to focus a bit more on the war and the insert energon as well, as the Seth energon might help us a lot more. But then Jazz is like, we need more warriors. And Oxford's like, I know. Well, I know, Jazz. For now, let's just focus on the insert energon in the war. We'll bring them online soon, but for now, let's just focus on ourselves. And we will cut to the Nemesis as Megatron is furious that Sunway failed him. But Sunway would explain why he failed him, and Megatron's like, oh, if Optimus only had like 5 Autobots with him, I'll be so happy. Because it won't be this stressful. Oh, he has high rank warriors, and I don't have that many. Oh, this is not my day. And this is where basically breakdowns like, yeah, but what about makeshift? Here and this makes Megatron like, oh, I forgot about him. I really forgot about him. Dang. Huh. Bring makeshift. And makeshift is brought towards Megatron. And Megatron is like, makeshift, it's nice to see you. Megatron, you told me to come? Yes. You see, makeshift, I see your body is very useless to me because I can see you can get one-shotted by probably any high-ranked Autobots. And makeshift like, wow, you just disrespect me like that. Okay. Okay. And Megatron is like, but I want you to that Autobots did kill Starscream, that useless piece of crap. It was good, but I really miss punching that guy. Hearing this makes makeshift wonder. Do you want me to transfer to Starscream so you can take out your frustrations on me? No. Because you see, I need an extra fly. I need more flyers. Because you see, the Autobots have a lot of ground troops, but they don't have as much flyers as us, so it gives us the perfect opportunity to overwhelm them. Hearing this makes makeshift realize, yeah, that's true. So I want you to transform to Starscream, but don't worry. Soundwave, knockouts, along with Vortex and Blast stuff, are gonna help you a bit with a lot of upgrades. And basically, put makeshift does transform to Starscream, but he has a lot of upgrades. He comes back and Megatron's like, yes, I love it. Finally, an extra warrior flyer. Not bad. But now we just need to figure out what we can do with these protoforms. What can I do with them? Here in this Vortex is like, we can probably just make a few soldiers. No, I need perfect soldiers. Very strong ones. And yeah, that'll be the end of episode 23. Now we will skip to episode 24 where Megatron has his visions about Beast and Optimus. Even though that's not gonna happen in this one, if but yeah, we know how that's gonna go. Megatron will still go in and take that thing, yeah, for the space bridge and all that. Yeah, some device for the humans and all that. Oh, and Agent 5 will call Team Prime, and Team Prime would arrive and everything, and basically put they just they're told what happened, and Optimus is like, Megatron is at it again. Megatron still takes the device and all that and leaves. And Megatron is obviously wondering what can he do to beat Optimus. There's nothing he can do until he's called by a specific being. And Megatron is like, who's this? And Megatron basically transforms and arrives in the same volcano place as usual. And this is where he sees Unicron. And Unicron is like, Megatron, so you're the one with my blood. Unicron? How are you even here? Well, allow me to explain. I am this planet's core. If not, I am this planet. Hearing this makes Megatron realize, you're Earth. And Unicron like, yes. Huh. You know what? Does that make the humans your creations? No. They're parasites. They deserve to die. I agree, man. I agree, Unicron. I agree. And why did you call me? You see, I sense the presence of a tribe. A very powerful one. A one with the power of the Matrix, even. Well, yes, he does have the Matrix leadership, actually. Yes, him. You see, I cannot grab the Matrix myself because its essence would destroy my very being. So, I would need you to grab it and destroy it for me. If not, just bring it to me so I can corrupt it or whatever. But just get me the Matrix. You can either destroy it or give it to me so I can corrupt it and probably make you more powerful and all that. And here in this, Megatron looks at him like, you do realize I can beat Optimus, right? Prime has the biggest advantage out of everyone here. Indeed, you can't. You can't beat Optimus. You can't. But who says you can? Huh? Yes, you can beat Optimus now, but who says you can? If you have my help. Here in this section, I was like, I don't even know what you're saying. You want to be Optimus. You want to be stronger than him. You want to show superiority. And oh, honestly, I wanted to do this. The famous lines from Vegeta from Team Foster. Yeah, I know you're playing, but you're right. And here in this, Unicron's like, then allow me to give you some upgrades. As he basically shoots laser blast towards Megatron and starts upgrading him. And Megatron will get I'm not, I'm not gonna give him his 2.0 design. It's gonna be something else. Hmm. You know what? This design, honestly, I like it. Yeah, we're gonna use this design. The Unicron Megatron design will be Megatron's 3.0 design for now. It'll be in season 3 or the movie or whatever. But this one, yeah, this is Megatron 2.0 right here. And Megatron 2.0 is like, oh yes, now this is the power I need. But Optimus's weapon will still rival mine. True, but it doesn't mean you're gonna lose badly. You know what? Fair enough. Megatron now just wants to smoke. Now he wants everything. But then he's like, wait. Before I leave, may you wait here for a bit. I want to bring something. As he goes off and brings the protoforms and acts as his master to basically bring them to life. And Unicron like, bet. As he does so and creates two soldiers for him. Very, very two soldiers. As he creates sideways and you know what? Yeah, why not? As he also creates Nightbird? Yeah, Nightbird, that's the name. And he's like, these are your two soldiers. Very powerful. And Megatron like, can it get better than this? And Unicron's like, well, it will be if you kill Optimus. And Megatron's like, good. Like he's waiting. Now he wants to beat Optimus. But yeah, we will cut to episode 25, as that will be the end of the episode actually. And Optimus and the Autobots basically see a huge energy frequency at the location. And Optimus is wondering what's going on. And he decides to bring actually, I want this to be a trio thing. Who are the big three in the Transformers? Like for the Autobots, who are the big three? Well, for me, it's actually Jazz and Optimus, along with Ironhide. Yeah, they're the big three. They're the big three. No. I think there's an actual big three, but I don't know who it is. But I'll see. I'll research that later. But yeah, the three of them, Ironhide, Jazz, and Optimus all go together to the location where Megatron is, and Megatron he lands along with these two soldiers. And Optimus is like, Megatron, what happened to you? Prime, I have power thanks to my new master. Here and this Optimus is like, Master, you're serving someone. And Megatron like, yes, and he is giving me power to rival yours. I'm gonna enjoy every moment of killing you, Optimus. And here in this Optimus is like, and who's your master? The Lord of Darkness, the God of Death, the Chaos Bringer. After hearing the Chaos Bringer word, Optimus is like, no. Did you make a deal with Unicron? And Megatron like, yes I did. And Optimus like, you fool. He won't hold up his deal at the end. And Megatron's like, so? You're just a puppet to him. Megatron's like, you're right. I am. But you want to know something, Optimus? This war, I would lose it by you. You can win this war. But I won't allow it. So I'm gonna do the natural thing as your enemy, become someone else's puppet just so I can kill you. Optimus looking at him like, why are villains like this? Now I'm thinking about it, that's usually every villain. Huh. Always becoming someone else's puppet just so they can kill their enemy or kill the hero. Crazy. And some more people say heroes are plot armor. But anywho, they start fighting. But Jazz and Ironheart are wondering who the two are, and Megatron does explain before they start fighting that they're the protoforms that he brought towards Unicron, and they're basically the heralds of Unicron. And Ironheart and Jazz realize, we gotta use our skill for this one, as they actually just use skill and experience to fight them because Nightbird is fighting Jazz, and I would say she's actually faster than our boy. But since our boy has been fighting for millions of years, he's beaten her basically. Same with Iron Knight fighting Sideways. Oh yeah, Sideways would be way faster and more agile, but Iron Knight has way more experience and is more stronger, more durable. So yeah, those two are having a bit of a tough time with the two very experienced boss. And Optimus starts fighting Megatron, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a dead ass even fight. This is dead ass even. Even though Optimus is not using his full power, he's using enough of it towards the point he's being even. So yes, Optimus is holding back a bit, not too much, but not too little. He's like using 80% of his strength and 80% of the power of the Trident of Destiny, and Megatron is using 100% of everything. So this is an even fight, and Optimus is just realizing that he just has to overwhelm Megatron a bit. And the Autobots are having a bit of a tough time. Now, you see, Iron Knight and Jazz are starting to get slow. They're starting to get attacked. Like the two heralds of Unicron, Sideways and Nightbird, are actually giving them a tough time. Why? Because remember, they're in the volcano location. That's where Optimus got weakened by Dark Energon. And since Optimus got weakened, but the Matrix actually protected him more. They don't have that, so they're getting beaten. Optimus sees this and then realizes, they're not protected by the Matrix like me. Dang it. Optimus goes 100% and manages to push Megatron away, quickly rushes in and throws Nightbird and Sideways away with a few water blasts, and quickly grabs Iron Knight and Jazz and orders a ground bridge. And he goes inside. And Megatron is like, run, Prime, run. Sooner or later I'll find you and I will kill you. And we would cut to Megatron going back to the Nemesis along with his new troops. And we would see Optimus and Iron Knight and Jazz all arrive towards the base. Optimus puts them down and puts them at the medical bay so they can get fixed up and also get back to 100%. Optimus will explain the situation to every other Autobots, and hearing this, Ratchet is like, scrap. What are we gonna do? Optimus is like, we need a plan for this. But basically put Alita's like, what plan can we have fighting against a god? And hearing this, Optimus is like, the Matrix is the only thing that can defeat him, but we need to get to his core. But I don't know where Unicron is. Ratchet's like, I think I might know, and I don't think you'll like it, Optimus. Hearing this, Optimus like, what do you mean? And Ratchet will show and explain that Earth is Unicron like he did in the original timeline, and Optimus like, scrap. How am I gonna get there? Wait, we can't ground bridge there, but what's the chance Unicron? What the hell can I do now? Ox was just thinking, what can he do? And here in this, Ratchet's like, I wasn't really expecting to do this early, but Optimus, may I have your DNA along with the leaders? And here in this, Optimus is like, sure. And Ratchet just basically grabs the DNA of both Alita and Optimus. And he even asks Optimus for a bit of help. Optimus goes with Ratchet and they start working on one of the protoforms. And Prime gives it a special thing, and even gives the protoform some other traits. And Prime sees all of this and decides to give the protoform the vector sigma key. And Optimus is like, I hope you do well. And Optimus will tell everyone that he's gonna go solo and he's gonna go deal with Unicron. Hearing this, everyone is looking at Optimus like, are you sure? Prime is like, this is a one-way ticket. So yeah, I'm sure. And Alita's like, I'm not letting you go alone. Prime does try to argue, but yeah, you can't argue with your wife, bro. Yeah, she loyal for life, so yeah, you cooked. But yeah, Optimus and Alita, along with some of the other Autobots such as Springer, Hot Rod, and Tailgate, along with Cliffjumper, all go together. And they would arrive and see the antibodies. But Prime will use his abilities because the Shrine of Destiny also has ice abilities, so he just freezes all the antibodies and some of them, so not many antibodies can come in. So they quickly rush in and find Megatron along with Sideways and Nightbird. And Prime realizes they've been waiting for them. And Optimus will use his full power to fight Megatron and even Sideways at the same time. And he manages to push them back. Thanks to the other Autobots giving Optimus the chance to quickly rush in, he would use the power of the Matrix still. And oh yeah, by the way, this is episode 26, not episode 25. And Optimus still loses his memories and becomes Orion Pax. And he accidentally left the Trident of Destiny. Megatron grabs him along with Sideways and Nightbird, who all quickly leave. By the way, Megatron will still have his upgrades and everything, and along with having Nightbird and Sideways, even though they're created by Unicron, they still have their own personalities and all that. And seeing this, Alita's like, now we're in our darkest hour, as she wonders what to do. And this is the end of this part and the end of season one. Huh, that's quite nice. Oh, what am I going to do in season two is hilarious. Honestly, this would be funny if they actually did it. But yeah, peace.